These days, my students are telling me, can we talk more about climate change? Can I write about climate change? Is that okay if that's all I do all semester? And I go, yeah.
When a student sits down to write, let's say, a personal narrative about her experience and what she is feeling about this moment, and then passes that narrative on to her parents who, let's say for argument's sake, don't quite buy, the urgency of climate change right now, and haven't because, well, they've been shaped by kind of counter stories, right? That one story from that student can make a big difference in how those parents look at things. Then, of course, they pass that knowledge on as well.
There's a couple of programs we're working with the CU faculty on. One of these is actually coming out of the program for writing and rhetoric. They're actually training their faculty on climate and how to do storytelling around it.
Many of our faculty are trained in humanities disciplines, and will occasionally say, if we prompt them, that they are, committed to dealing with climate change, but they themselves don't feel like they know enough about the science to make a difference. So part of our job in the faculty development that we're going to be focused on is to convince them that they don't have to be climate scientists to be able to help students tell good stories.
Any student at CU can be involved in this program.
And what we endeavor to do is to tell a story of climate that doesn't just put people's backs up against the wall. It doesn't just bring up their already pre-established defenses to either not engaging with the issue or avoiding the issue.
You get to support those students in those activities and those opportunities, which is a phenomenal idea.
The same systems, the same processes that lead to or are linked to environmental degradation, climate change, all of these environmental challenges that we're currently facing are also the processes that lead to marginalization and oppression and colonialism and racism and all of these challenges that we've seen happening on a global scale since, time immemorial. How can we think about one and not think about the other?
I am a real believer in educational change, and I really believe that, educating in all, dimensions is really important for that call to action.
Next year in August, we're going to be running a workshop with the faculty on climate and how do you incorporate climate into your existing curriculum.
If you're in English and philosophy, thinking how can I incorporate this into my work? If you're in mechanical engineering, thinking the same thing, that there can be these networks put in place, there can be these capacities that are put together to help us learn from one another.
It's important to recognize that we're all going to be imperfect at this, and there need to be spaces for us to reflect on our learning, reflect on our practice, to build inclusive and brave spaces where we can say, okay, I tried this and it really didn't work. What can I be doing differently? What should I be doing differently?
What is exciting about Mission Zero is this focus on using the things that CU is already doing. We're already teaching courses. How can we infuse a focus on climate crisis into these different classes? The university setting does not have to be a dress rehearsal. We can be making authentic contributions in our classrooms through project-based learning. These approaches and these lessons learned and these tactics and these strategies that students are learning and struggling through in their classroom settings, then they can take that knowledge out to wherever they get their jobs, and they will be a force to be reckoned with. They will be the change makers. And we will benefit from it as well. Our courses are going to be more dynamic. They're going to have a better experience. We're going to have a better experience.
Let's talk about this. This is really important, and students get it, I think, in a way that they were not getting it 20 years ago.
If you're interested in climate, we've got a missionzero.io website. Come join the movement.